Rangers are facing an unwelcome setback as the club returns from the international break, with news emerging that threatens to disrupt Danny Roll's preparations for the week ahead. The manager has worked hard to steady the side in recent weeks, but the latest development presents a fresh challenge at a time when consistency is crucial. With important fixtures looming and little margin for error, the Light Blues must now deal with an issue that could have a significant impact on how Roll sets up his team. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. John Souttar's latest setback has arrived at the worst possible moment for both Scotland and Rangers, handing Danny Roll a fresh concern as the club prepares to resume domestic action. The centre-back had been named in Steve Clarke's starting 11 for Scotland's crucial World Cup qualifier against Denmark, a match carrying enormous weight as the national team attempts to reach the tournament for the first time since 1998. Yet those plans were abruptly altered when Souttar suffered an injury during the warm-up at Hampden Park, prompting an unexpected reshuffle minutes before kickoff. Hibs defender Grant Hanley was drafted in as his replacement. Live coverage captured the sudden disruption, with presenter Gail Davis explaining, "The teams are in the tunnel at the moment, and some really bad news for Scotland because Scotland centre-back John Souttar picked up an injury in the warm-up and he's been replaced by Grant Hanley. It was a blow that might have rattled a squad under pressure, but Scotland showed composure in the early exchanges. In fact, they seized the initiative almost instantly, with Napoli midfielder Scott McTominay producing a stunning overhead kick inside 3 minutes to give Clarke's side an ideal start. For Rangers, however, the consequences of Souttar's injury could stretch beyond international duty. His form this season has made him a central figure in Roll's back line. While the defender's contract is due to expire in the summer, he has featured consistently throughout the campaign, only absent for the League Cup win over Alloa in August. His importance has grown further amid uncertainty around other centre-half options. Derek Cornelius and Nasser Jiga, both on loan, have struggled to establish themselves as guaranteed starters, leaving Roll heavily reliant on Souttar's experience and physical presence. Although the Scotland international endured criticism following the defeat to Greece on Saturday, and notably struggled during Rangers' limp performance against Roma a fortnight ago, his domestic form has been steadier. Rangers have produced 3 consecutive league wins since Roll replaced Russell Martin, gradually restoring some stability in the Premiership, even if European performances remain inconsistent. That progress now comes with a caveat. Any significant absence for Souttar would disrupt a defensive unit already short on dependable options. With Livingston due at Ibrox on Saturday, Roll will be urgently assessing whether his senior centre-back can recover in time. The manager will at least take comfort in being at home against the division's bottom side, but the season to date has offered enough warning signs that no fixture can be taken lightly. The last thing Rangers need is further erosion of their defensive foundations as they attempt to maintain momentum in the league. In other news, Danny Roll is becoming increasingly firm in his stance over the future of Nicholas Raskin, with the Rangers manager described as extremely reluctant to lose the midfielder during the January window. Despite outside suggestions that the club may consider cashing in on the Belgian to generate funds, those within Ibrox insist Roll views Raskin as a crucial part of his structure and is not pushing for any form of mid-season overhaul that would weaken his squad. Rumours have suggested that Rangers could explore offers as a way to reinvest into other areas. But Roll's position remains clear. While he understands the financial logic behind a potential sale, he does not want to lose a player who has quickly become central to his early success in Glasgow. I think ideally Rangers would like to keep hold of Nicholas Raskin in January, one source explained, emphasising the internal desire to retain the 23-year-old. I'm sure Danny Roll would too. He has been key for the new Rangers manager in recent games as they picked up 3 wins in the Scottish Premiership. Raskin's season has already been turbulent. He clashed with former boss Russell Martin earlier in the campaign, dropping out of the starting 11 as tensions rose. However, since Martin's departure and Roll's arrival, the Belgian has fully regained his place. His performances have been sharper, his influence clearer, and his role more defined under the new regime. Before Roll's appointment, Raskin made no secret of his frustration, admitting that he wanted to feel loved by his manager, hinting that this was not the case earlier in the season. The shift under Roll has given him precisely that, and the midfielder has responded with improved form and renewed intensity. Rangers are still bracing for interest as offers are expected in January, though a summer move is viewed as more likely by those close to the situation. Clubs across Europe and in the Premier League have been tracking Raskin for some time. There was interest in Raskin in the summer window from a number of clubs, Premier League and across Europe as well. A source added, "I'm sure there is still interest in the Belgium international. Rangers are expecting further interest, and they'll just be hoping that his price tag will continue to rise." Roll's preference, however, is unwavering. He wants his midfielder to stay. "He's a key player in that team," the source continued. Danny Roll, although he would understand if the club were to cash in on him, will be hoping that he can keep hold of him. A number of sides remain confident they can tempt Raskin away, but Rangers' stance is increasingly firm. Tottenham have been long linked with the midfielder, while clubs such as Porto and Napoli have monitored him closely. Some within scouting circles have noted that Premier League sides have been tracking his development for several months, believing his profile suits the English game. Even so, indications from within Ibrox suggest that any move in January is unlikely, with Roll eager to stabilise performances and rebuild momentum during a crucial stage of the season. Sanctioning the departure of one of his most trusted players is described as improbable. As interest builds and eyes turn toward the summer, Rangers appear determined to navigate the winter window without losing one of their most valuable assets. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.